What makes characters interesting is their personality, which includes their sense of humor. Running jokes give a story continuity, humanize the characters, and create situations that drive situations. I'll use my book droids to avoid any copyright issues. So, what is a running gag? It is a recurring joke whose humor derives from its repetition, ideally becoming funnier each time it is repeated. A running joke is simply just a joke that is repeated throughout your story, intended to humanize your character by pointing out an absurdity or character flaw. A good running joke is something that is subtle enough to be ignored and is just funny when your audience reads it for the umpteenth time. Don't try to think of running jokes for your story or character. A good running joke is usually something that just naturally evolves of its own accord. It's the kind of thing which you suddenly notice whilst you're writing and think, I could use this as a running joke. Let your running jokes emerge from your story instead of planning the joke in advance. Your running joke has to function as part of the story, as well as being funny. In my novel Droids, we have a character, Fong Chi, introduced earlier in the first novel, The Tibetan Girl, and again in Redemption of Colonel Lei Chung. She is a lieutenant in the Chinese People Counterintelligence in the first, a major in Chinese People's Counterintelligence State Security, working at the Geneva Chinese Embassy, until recruited/rescued by her hero, Susan Lei/Fong Chi, into quantum enforcement. She has a reputation for cold, brutal efficiency. During one of her first operations, Redemption, she shoots her partner in the back in order to save his life as she is about to be taken prisoner. Shooting Tony Banner becomes one running joke. The other is enhancing her reputation. Funny at first, truthful at the end. This is the start of the running joke.
General, meet my friend, Bud Weiser. Bud, take General Mayweather to the Bex Airport. There is an unmarked C-37A waiting for her. Make sure that she gets on it. Enjoy the beer, General. Unnecessary, Mr. Banner. I have a driver downstairs. Afraid not. They ran into Fang. I have additional staff nearby. The 5 in the van, Fang ran into them also. I can call my people at Bex. No good. Vilma has them, protecting them from Fang. We needed the pilots capable of flying the aircraft. Just who is this Fang? Valedictorian at the Susan Lei Charm School. Android? The human that androids fear. And you? Yeah, I fear Fang too. It's why I have her. So did QE Director Mike Malone. Margarita moved toward the door. Tony, I would like to accompany General Mayweather to the airport. Bud, Margarita will be fine, Tony. I do need the help protecting the general from Fang.
Absurdity is a powerful tool in writing, and how characters handle that absurdity defines who that character is. I wasn't happy with the actress that played me, Margarita chimed in. She looked stupid and she was too short. I'm smarter than that. Wincing, Tony paused as he considered her logic. You played yourself, Margarita. Your performance was the only realistic thing in the movie. Tony watched Lydia hang her head in disgust. It wasn't going to be a good day for the American media. Margarita, perhaps it's time for the aforementioned coffee and donuts, if you don't mind. It will help with your disguise. Burying the lead is another form of running gag. Did Fang actually want to know the blood type or something else? It forced Fang to dig deep for the entire story. Swinging in the playground wasn't getting her anywhere. When she stormed out, she hadn't taken a jacket. Stupid Robot held out her hand and smiled as she took it. It hadn't dawned on her that Tommy might send out the cavalry. Getting into the warm air sled, Margarita's evening gown caught her attention. That a beautiful dress. Is that dried blood? Thank you. Yes, oh positive. It wasn't the stupid robot's blood. Hers was green. That begged a question. Didn't you go to party with Tony? There was a story that she wasn't getting. Something the stupid robot was neglecting to mention. Yes, it was a group of Jack's favorite scientists, some of the smartest humans on Earth, and I enjoyed discussing their wonderful work with them. Parties seldom involve blood. So how did it go? It went very well until Tony shot one of the scientists. At least he avoided the assassins at the back door. He really enjoyed the Swedish meatballs. They were out of the little sausage thingies Tony likes. Stop it. Shot a scientist? Assassin? Is that Tony's blood? Shoot a guest at party? Tony is fine, nothing to worry about. Several guests did have panic attacks after the gunfight, and it did stop the party for 37 minutes while the bomb was defused, the suspects removed, and my Jeep towed to the garage. The bullet holes are repairable, but it will need a new hydrogen tank. Is this normal at human parties? Gunfight? Panic attacks? Bombs? Damaged hydrogen tank? Was this stupid robot serious? Normal? Is this where Tommy went? Is Tommy all right? Is this normal at human parties? Indicates Margarita's naivety, a running personality trait. Throughout the book, this wonderful sweet android seems on the border of sane and crazy. Eventually, she shocks her friends with a move so insane that it ends up saving them all. It also leads to another book. In summary, humor is your friend as a writer. Use it like a $2 whore. There is nothing worse than a Mary Sue novel with perfect characters and cardboard personalities. Gags, jokes, jibes, and cynicism make your people real. Even gallows humor has a place. An excellent place for this is in those times when what a character is thinking is different from what they are saying. That is the filter all of us have that keeps us from getting fired, shot, or worse. Of particular note are those wonderful characters that have no filter at all. Every story has to have at least one of those to say what needs to be said without concern for feelings or consequences. Those are the most fun characters of all.